Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play the 39 Steps espionage type thriller set in the run-up to World War One. This says I've been playing for 30? What am I on about? For 3 minutes. It's a complete lie. I've opened it up, and that's pretty much it. This is a visual novel-y type interactive-y, ready thingy thing with occasional voice acting. Apparently, according to the Steam page. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's go, shall we? Let's completely reset and start again. Do you want to delete this user? Yes. And let's start all over again. Let's go, shall we? Rotate your mouse clockwise to advance the text. Right. Anti-clockwise makes you go back. Whee! Right. Rotate, advance. Advance. When you reach the end of a string of text, you will see a diamond. Simply left-click anywhere to advance the scene, moving the story forward. Click. What are we doing next? 39 Steps is largely a pointer-free experience, so the cursor's not going to show up, but when you see one, that's your cue to interact. Alright, with the apartment. So let's go, shall we? Some locations can be explored. When in explore mode, you can click and drag the mouse to look around. You can also interact with the glowing objects. Right. Oh, we have a glowing object, so if you can look around. That's the only thing we can interact with, though. Right. Click image to zoom. Drag to move. Dear Mr. Hannay, I think that's who we are. Welcome to England. I hope your journey from Rhodesia was not too arduous. Would you like to come into the bank and we can discuss matters regarding your Rhodesian mining shares? Is that now Zimbabwe? I think so. If you could please make an appointment with my clerk, Mr. Scroop, on Temple 6733. Yours sincerely, Squiggle, Mr. Edward Ainsley, manager of Bennings Bank. Oh, that's just the zoom. Whee! Right. Show text. Oh! You do realise that you can just read it. It's a letter. Right. Back. Okay. Right. And we're done here, I think. So, we're done. Awarded! The Graduate. Wonderful. Congratulations, you made it through our short tutorial and have been given an award for your efforts. There are 15 more of these awards to collect. You will shortly begin your journey through the 39 steps. All progress will be auto-saved, but you can also use bookmarks to manage your progress and revisit key scenes. Right-click or hit spacebar to return to the main menu screen during play. This also acts as a pause. New event, the wrong ditch. Ooh, an eye. Select the first event to begin. The first event should come first. Yes, well done, game. Well done. The wrong ditch. Richard Hannay is living in London, England. He yearns for a more interesting life, and I'm betting he gets it. Be careful what you wish for, they say. Right. Play. The wrong ditch. Monday the 18th of May, 1914. London, England. It's chiming the hour. I'm excited about this fact. So many games only chime the half. Right. Onwards. Right. I returned from the city on that May afternoon, pretty well disgusted with the life. Is that 2? 3? It's 3 o'clock, presumably in the afternoon. I'd been 3 months in the old country and was fed up with it. Yes. Chimed 3 o'clock. Could chime the hour and then 3 times. Right. Is this the bank? Are we heading to the bank? What am I doing anything? Okay, maybe this is a club then instead of a bank. Could well be.
Richard Hannay, you have got into the wrong ditch, my friend, and you had better climb out.
Right, Richard Hannay. What am I doing? The child? Ah! Ooh. My father had brought me out from Scotland to South Africa at the age of 6, and I'd never been home since. I grew up in the Cape Colony, which was then under British rule, so that was South Africa, I believe. Teenager. Okay, we'll go round in a circle. Teenager. I spent much of my time by the Zambezi, where I would fish. There are several hundred species in its waters, including the infamous tigerfish and Zambezi shark. The wide open spaces of the veldt also interested me greatly, and the various methods of survival in such an the wide open spaces of the veldt also interested me greatly, and the various methods of survival in such an uncompromising landscape also interested me. That's how that should go. Working man. I had earned my pile. Not one of the big ones, but good enough for me. I'd put 3 years prospecting for copper in German Damaraland, and spoke the German tongue pretty fluently. Uh-oh, we're leading into World War I. This could go badly. I went on to become a mining engineer in Kimberley, where I was instrumental in the formation of De Beers Consolidated Mines. The diamond mines were a rough business, with countless good men lost in horrific accidents. The soldier. I served the British forces during the Matabele conflict and was decorated for my role. I served 2 years with the Imperial Light Horse and was an intelligence officer at Delagoa Bay in the Second Boer War. I lost many friends during those wars. So this is turn of the 20th century. So if you assume he did the 2 years first, so that's 1890s. So say mid-90s. So he was born 1880-ish. So he's in his 30s in 1914. The carer. My final years in Africa were in the municipality of Bulawayo, and where I had fought during the Matabele War. I resided once again with my father, who had taken ill. After he died, I decided to leave the Cape and head back to the old country. The present, where are you now? Oh, the past unearthed. A lot of imperialist ladies asked me to tea to meet schoolmasters from New Zealand and editors from Vancouver, and that was the most dismal business of all. I had no real pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Plenty of people invited me to their houses, but they didn't seem much interested in me. I'd counted on stopping in London for the rest of my days, but from the first, I was disappointed with it. Of course you were. London's rubbish. I was the best bored man in England. That's pretty hard. The English have taken boredom to a fine art. Right, done. Oh, here was I, 37 years old. See? 30s. Sound in wind and limb, with enough money to have a good time, yawning my head off all day. Ooh. I've collected Richard Hannay. And some whiskey. I had a long drink and read the evening papers. They were full of the row in the Near East, and there was an article about Karalides, the Greek premier. From all accounts, he seemed the one big man in the show, and he played a straight game too, which is more than can be said for most of them. Not interacting with the paper or the drink. Okay. And we're looking around. Ham. Use it on a raccoon, maybe. Someone had loaded the cylinder player. I felt a deep nostalgia for my homeland of Scotland as Annie Laurie filled the room. Oh, click that one. Not spinning. So we can sit down again? Why would you want to do that? Read the papers! Collected newspapers. Is there anything? Machinka furs. Sinding exhibition of sculpture. Clubs Dinners Ago, German Hospital Dalston. Personal. William Perrapont, inquiry agent to the nobility and gentry, entrusted with divorce and delicate negotiations in all parts of the world. Go to him if blackmailed or in difficulties. Address 27 Chancery Lane, London. Factory Girls Country Holiday Fund. Ascot Races. Reserve stalls and grandstand. Notice the charge for advertisements. Births. Marriages. Deaths. Okay. Not sure if any of these are going to be in any way relevant. This is the kind of thing I would like from a Sherlock Holmes game. It's like, here is a newspaper. Is there anything interesting here? Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. And Prats. Yes. People playing this game, maybe. Fashions for men. Big flying races. Pope and Bradley. Jailers and breeches makers. The joy of good clothes. Searles. Play in homespun. Rimmel and Alsop. News of the Navy. Haslar Museum. The museum at Haslar Hospital, where an important find of Franklin relics has lately been made, deserves to be better known than it is. Bristol heads for Mexico. Yes. Obviously, there's rumours of war. About to head into something, aren't we? Okay. We've picked up something there. We'll pick up this one. That's not what I expected. Presented to Richard Hannay, intelligence officer, Matabele War, 1897, soldier of the British Empire. Yes. Anything interesting? Can I... Ah! Of course, yeah, right click doesn't allow you to spin around. This isn't Sherlock Holmes. Oh, and then there's just this to sit down. Oh, no. Huh. Ah, the map. Oh, no. Oh, right, that was this one. Click. So, we've got the map. So, what's the pink? Growth of the British Empire in area. Because that's the area around Egypt. Growth of the British Empire, trade. I'm confused. Is there a key? Telling you which one's what's which? What? We have a bit of Antarctica. We of course have the Falklands, which are a coaling station. South Georgia. British Guiana. Jamaica. Various islands. British Honduras. The Bermudas, Bahamas. Various things around here. The Dominion of Canada. Obviously the United Kingdom and Ireland. Various Africas. India, Australia. And this, considering it spreads over pretty much everywhere, is why is where the phrase "the sun never sets on the British Empire" comes from. Because wherever the sun would be setting, somewhere else it'd be rising over British Empire. So look at the clock. Our empire at home and abroad. Book 1, Great Britain and Ireland before the 19th century. Chapter 1, Introductory. The war in South Africa, its character and issue, the main purpose of this work, the expansion of Great Britain, loyalty of colonies, position of India in the empire, sketch of growth of Greater Britain, past colonial empires, their position in 1815, that of Great Britain, growth of empire in Victorian age, Canada and Australia in the Boer War, rise of new colonial empires in 19th century, the partition of Africa, causes of our expansion, stages of our progress, the loss of the American colonies, true view of the event, a lesson for British statesmen, the United States in relation to the mother country, the new British colonial policy, its eminent success, a voyage around the empire, a splendid spectacle for Britons, means by which the vast dominion is retained, India, Africa, Canada, Australia, the cohesion now existing, its causes, full recognition at last of the colonial empire by the British citizen at home. A new, most important, and intensely interesting chapter of British history has been furnished by the Great War in South Africa, which has resulted in the annexation of the two Boer republics to the British colonial empire. Yes, okay. Right. What's this one? Fishing! Salmon and trout. We have a book. Oh, big game shooting. Does this have other pages? No. So, fishing and big game shooting. Chapter 1 on big game shooting generally. You point a gun and pull the trigger. It may be asked as to these volumes why big game shooting should find a place in a series devoted to British sports and pastimes, whereas, except the red deer, there is no big game in Great Britain. It is true that there is no big game left in Britain, but if the game is not British, its hunters are. Okay. So it's, yes, people going out and doing stuff. Going to other countries and killing things. Right. We're done. Is it going to chime 3 again? I will be disappointed. About 6 o'clock I went home. Does it chime 6? Come on. Oh, it's not even chiming. Alright, there's 1. 2. 3. 4. It's chiming 6. 5. 6. Wow. I am far too excited by the fact that it's chiming correctly. I think it's mainly because some of the other kind of visual novels I've done, they've just chimed a half every time. To go, yes, time's passing. It's the half. No. Ooh. Map of London. Various roads. Oxford Circus. I've been there, I think. Guessing this is going to be the various underground stations. One assumes. Actually, when was the underground built? I think it may have already been built at this point. I might be incorrect. My flat was the first floor in a large block behind Langham Place. Enter. In we go. There was no restaurant or anything of that sort, and each flat was quite shut off from the others.